Okay, hello. Today we're going to talk about, and I'm going to teach you about making sure that your blog template, blog page, and your single post page is set up properly in Showit so that whenever you go to the website, like here, you can see your blog, journal, whatever you want to call it. You can see the home page, and then when you click on the blog itself, the post, you can see the blog post that you have published in your dashboard / WordPress website that Showit will hook you up with that connects to the Showit site. Okay, so we're going to be looking at a lot of detailed things here. So this is your published blog that you see here all the way down, and this particular person only has 2 posts. So right now you can go to the previous post here, and if there was another one over here, you would be able to see the next one. So here, let me give you an example also. We're going to bounce back and forth between a couple here. So if you go to Mandy's, you scroll all the way down to the bottom, we can see her comment section area, and then we can see previous post. And then if you scroll all the way down to the bottom of this one, the long blog posts, you will see the option here to go back and forth between the multiple blog posts that she's got. Okay, so this is what we're going to walk through. Okay, so if your Showit subscription has a blog added to it, then you should have these 2 things over here ready to go and published with this little published icon checked, right? Make sure I'm recording. Oh, yeah. Single post also needs to be published and on. Now, these, once you get them set and where they need to be, you don't really need to ever change anything. You're not blogging here. You're not going into these pages and typing out your blog and adding your pictures. Showit will give you the WordPress site once you get your blog set up that you go to, and that is this site over here, a WordPress admin site. Okay, this is where you will make your posts and publish the posts. Okay, and where this site can get a little overwhelming, but once we get to that point, then we are going to, I'll show you exactly how to do it. It's super quick and easy. There's only a few things you need to really worry about in the beginning, and then as you grow and you blog more and you want to grow your blog better in your SEO, then there's more things you can learn. So with your blog home page, this is where they're gonna go whenever they click journal or blog or whatever, and this is what they're always gonna see. So this is this home page here that shows all the single individual posts. Okay, and here you can create it as you need to make sure it's over here as a WordPress template. It will always say post list default. Okay, so this is like your post list area. Okay, so it shows you all your posts. You need to make sure that when you click on this canvas, so you know, Showit is split up into canvases. So we've got canvas here, we've got a canvas here, we've got a little mini canvas here that's small, then this canvas here. We want to make sure that this canvas is set as a in post loop. Okay, combine views as posts. Okay, we want to make sure that those are set there. Now for this top canvas, we just want it to be a static content. So this is going to be static. It's going to be the same all the time. Same for this like little canvas that just has like the welcome blurb. This one also is only going to stay the same, is always going to be the same. This is what we need to have continuously change. We need this canvas here to continuously show each post as you publish it on the WordPress dashboard. So it needs to have that in post loop, combine views as posts. Okay, down here we've just got a buffer canvas, and in here we want the static click, or the static, oh my gosh, what am I trying to say? The static content WordPress over here. And then with our buttons over here, oh, these buttons don't have anything. They're not there. They're not showing. So ignore those. We don't even need those because this canvas is not even showing. Okay, so important things to note. Here we want the in-post loop so it can update as you publish your blogs. Okay, this, you honestly, like, I have these set up to say post category coming soon, but these are just placer texts. So here we want to make sure text property. Okay, so when you're setting up this page, we don't want to change, like, you can change the text here, but honestly it's not gonna, it's just a placer text. So these are placer text boxes because what you post in your dashboard, it's gonna fill it in here. Okay, so whatever category you put this under, so nonprofit, that's where it's gonna put it, the category here. So when you're putting your text box, you have to make sure that you add a text box. So say, let's just add a new one. And then this text box, I would go over here to text properties. I would say WordPress because we're on our blog page. And then I would say, okay, what do I want it to auto fill this with? The post date, content, excerpt, you have all these options, okay? So then once we click whatever, like if I put post date, then whenever we publish the next post, the post date is going to be right there. It'll be like right there, okay? So you can add that too if you want. Oh gosh, just like that. Again, this is just placer text. Post title is going to be filled there, okay? So in the future, we don't want, once we get this page set, we don't really want to change it unless we want to change the layout of how everything is looking. Like if you wanted this to be centered or over here or on top of it or whatever. But if you're happy with the way it already is, then you just leave it there. Okay, so single post is where what you're going to see once you get into the post itself. So you had created a blue background here. I added this canvas at the top to kind of just give it some like buffer space so that this, and I added a header at top here. So to do that, without this here, it was just the blue all the way to the top, like just this. There was nothing. So whenever you clicked on this, it was, this blue was just all the way up here, and that was the first thing you saw. There was no like way to navigate throughout the website. So we want to keep that navigation there for our audience and for our viewers. So I added the menu at the top so that if they were on that blog post, that they would still have some sort of navigation. So to do that, I just clicked on our single post, and then I went over to page, and then I clicked on this little bar here, clicked here, said add from library, and then I said main menu. It's one of our canvases. This is a site canvas that we can add onto any page, and then I hit add. Now it's going to put at the bottom over here. You just drag it up to the top or drag it to wherever you want it to be. Obviously we don't need to, so I'm going to delete that, but that is how, if you were creating a whole new page for something, you would add that new site canvas or add that site canvas to that page. Here I just added a new canvas. I just went to here and added a blank canvas, which it always adds it to the bottom, and you have to drag it to wherever you want it to go. And then to get the picture on there, I clicked on the canvas and then hit canvas background, media type, image, chose an image. And sometimes with canvases and backgrounds, like it kind of places it weird and funky, and you kind of got to play and find the right image to like fit in that particular spot by hitting preview. You can change it. I have it on parallax. I don't even know how to say that, because I like it whenever it moves in the background. So like it kind of gives it that like 3D depth feel. I love that. So I always kind of go for that vibe personally. And you can do, you know, dangle it around and play with it here however you like. Let's delete this. So then here you can change, you know, the background of your canvas, which we've got blue for this one. And I just added a text box, well, the text was already there, but I made sure that the text was changed to the WordPress placeholder post date. Okay. And then you can change the date format, however you want, all these things. Okay. So then this, we just need to make sure that whenever you add a text box, if you're going to add a text box, this is going to show up on every blog that you publish. And we need to make sure that this says that this is going to be the post title. And then this image here, it's not going to be that image every time. Like, see, this image here is different because we have it set as this is going to be the WordPress featured image. So whenever you're making that blog post in the dashboard and you check, you say that I want this to be the, the featured image or whatever, or you put that in the top of your blog post, then over here it's going to fill in that as your featured image. Okay. We also want to make sure that we always rename images to a SEO worthy title. So here in this text box, we just have it to say under the properties post content. So whatever you have typed here is not going to show up in the posts. If you want this to show up on your website, then you want something like this, what this says here, to be on the blog homepage. Like, change this copy, and this is your static content. So this is always going to be there, and you're not changing it, like you're not adding in a placeholder or anything like that for it to publish and change the text from the dashboard. I hope that makes sense. So here, this is a placeholder text box. So I could write gibberish here and nobody would see it, right? Because the post content, whatever I publish, is going to fill in here. So for example, here we've got the blurb about the buddy walk and not, what this says here. This canvas, we want it to grow with content. So that means, like, as if you publish a really long blog like this with all the pictures, the canvas is going to grow with the blog as you scroll down. It's going to continue to grow and be bigger. So we want to make sure that's checked if that's not already checked. And then we added down here 2 navigational links or click posts or click text for people to navigate through. We need to make sure whenever we add this text box, so if we add a paragraph or add a title or whatever, and we change the text to say next post, then we need to make sure we go over here to the placeholder and tell it what we want it to fill, what we want it to do. We want it to go to the next single post, so the next blog post, so people can just scroll through the blogs, or do we want it to go back to or fill in or do whatever, like we have to tell it what we want it to do. Okay. Down at the bottom here, we have a very blank bottom here. So I'm going to actually go in and add some things to the bottom to kind of make this feel a little bit more put together, a little bit more polished. So we're going to go to our single post page, go to the dots, we're going to add from the library. We're going to do the footer. Let's do that. And hit add, and then that way is going to look a little bit more finished at the bottom, like so. And let me publish it and we can see it live. Publish. And you could do several things at the bottom too if you wanted to add like your Instagram at the bottom. We could do that too. You could add your contact at the bottom. Any of the canvases throughout your site, you can turn into a site canvas and add to the bottom if you wanted. So let's see here. Let's go home. Let's go back to our journal. Let's go back to our buddy walk. Scroll down to the bottom. There we go. And it just feels a little bit more finished. And then people are at the bottom and they don't want to go to the Hello Future Client previous blog post. They can go anywhere else. Like we don't want to have any dead ends on our website at any point. We want to always have some place for them to go. So if they're up here in the middle of the blog and they get bored and they're like, I don't really want to see anymore, like I get the idea, they have the gallery or the menu up here. Or if they go to the bottom, they're like, oh, that was beautiful, let me go to nonprofits or whatever. They have places that they can go. So that is very important to always have a point A to point B for your clients. So let's talk a little bit about the dashboard here on the WordPress admin site. This is what you see as soon as you log in, and it's a lot, and it's like, what the heck? Like, what am I even looking at, right? Which I'm seeing that there's a lot of really gross comments on my blog. So I'm gonna have to trash those, and yeah, good thing they didn't like publish those. Okay, so we're gonna go to posts, all posts, and it'll show you all your posts that you've done. Okay, you can go to posts, go back to your dashboard, your home page, go to posts, add, oh, I clicked, oh my gosh, go back to dashboard, posts. Here you can do add new post, or you can just do it right here. Okay, anyway, you're looking for this, add new post, blam. Here, we don't need to worry about making this page very pretty, okay? We don't need to worry about all the things here. We just need to make our title, add our images, add our text, place them how we want them to be placed, whether we want them centered or to the left or whatever. And over here, we need to just kind of click through these things and make sure that they are good. I would not change, let's see, I would not do sticky to top. Yeah, mine are not like that. So I've got my title, making those keywords worthy, you know, Knoxville wedding photographer, title of the whatever it is that they're showing, and then I add a gallery, a little collage of pictures, text here, and then the pictures all the way down. You've got the URL, publish, it's public. You can go and check your categories here. You can add tags. This is good for SEO. Like, make sure you're adding your new tags. Separate with comments or the enter key. Then you want to set your featured image if you want to be very specific and particular about what shows on the home blog page. And then you can dive into the other, you know, details and things and stuff like that. That is all you really need to do in here to just make sure to get your blog started, and then you can grow from there if you want. So hopefully that helps. Once you hit publish here and this goes live, then it's going to go live here, and you're going to be able to see it here, and it's going to fill in these places like so. So yeah, hopefully that is helpful. If you have any questions, just let me know.